Hey guys, what is up? Sloppy here for another Redstone Wednesday, and today we're going to be a little cheeky because we're not going to build redstone. We're going to build an uber efficient, very small cactus farm. Cactuses have some very simple mechanics that allow for a very easy farm. We can see it here in my survival world. So anyway, I'm going to jump into creative and show you guys how it works. Alright guys, we are here, and this is a little mock-up that I made of it, but first let's get into what it takes to build this. In this chest has everything you need for the bottom level. It is stackable, but this is for the very bottom level. So you need 8 pieces of sand, 3 hoppers, 1 chest, you can make it a double chest if you wanted, 8 cactus, 2 buckets of water, 10 signs, 4 random blocks, a light source of some sort, and a building block. So let's get into the mechanics that make this work. The glass down here would be the sand with a cactus on top. The cactus would grow to 1 tall, which is just underneath these signs. When it hits 2 tall, it gets popped off by the signs, and the water pushes it into the hoppers, which in turn gets it into this chest. If you stack things on top of this, it's the same design, but you don't need the hoppers. Just leave a hole and it'll push it down, and it'll land on these hoppers or in this water and get pushed into these hoppers. The light sources just keep it so that they can grow. Oh yeah, if you enclose it. You can leave it outdoors if you want, but if you want to enclose this, just have light sources so that they can grow. And that's basically the mechanics of it. The signs pop them off as soon as they grow 1 taller than they should. That way there's no need for pistons or anything like that. You can use like a piston tripwire thing if you really wanted, but this does the same job and has no lag or anything because there's no redstone involved. So let's get into building it. Alright, let's start this building. We're going to use bricks as our building blocks. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 9 wide. This middle block in the very front, you put your chest down, and then the 3 behind it is where you put your hoppers, 1 feeding in, the other 2 feeding into the one that feeds into the chest. Not the world's most complicated system. And then you make a 9 by 9 square. Alright, so once you've got your 9 by 9 square, you're going to make a smaller square inside of it with the sand, leaving spaces between each sand. So that's going to be 5 wide. You leave a 1 gap between the wall and the sand, and then a 1 gap between each sand, but then don't put 1 into the middle block. Don't put 1 there. Okay, and then next step, inside of that, you use your secondary block that you're going to put the signs on. I'm going to use gold ore because I'm fancy. And you want to make a smaller square. That's a 3 by 3 square inside of it where you just have the corners. Something like this. So that's going to be the configuration you end up with. Alright, now that you've got your square, you take the sand blocks and you put them 1 in from the outside wall and then 1 away from each other. So you're going to be in this configuration. It's basically a smaller square inside the square. There's your configuration for the sand inside of that. The step after that is yet another square inside of that square. It's squareception. So anyway, you want to go 1 in, and then you're basically just doing the corner blocks. So something like this. Oops, let me through. Okay, so you're going to have something like that. On top of these gold blocks, you're going to put the signs. And then this middle one, you only need 1 sign between these 2 blocks. It won't let you place another, but just so you're aware. Signs for days. Signs for days. Alright, and there is the sign placing done, and that is what you should have at this point. So anyway, the next steps are probably the easiest. You just place the cactus down on top of the sand. All 8 of them. Then your 2 buckets of water, you're just going to put 1 in this corner, 1 in this corner, and then everything will wash towards the hoppers, as you can see. Perfect. Now, the one last step, I have to grab some lighting. So I'm just going to use sea lanterns because why not, but you can use torches, it really doesn't matter. You just put these in the walls occasionally. If it's an outdoor thing like this, it doesn't particularly matter. But it's just something if you're going to encase this or whatnot, or put 1 on top of this, because these are stackable. If you want to put 1 on top of this, or if you're going to encase it into darkness, then you just need to put some light. So this is overdoing it a bit on the lighting, but I'm sort of going for a pattern, I guess. It's not a big deal. It's creative. But, I mean, you can use torches. Those won't affect the system. Anyway, that's it completed. that's how easy it is, and it works really well. I use it to get a ton of cactus. You can stack them on top if you want an absurd amount of cactus. If you just leave this at your base, you'll end up with stacks in no time. I find it averages about a stack every 50 minutes, roughly. So that's plenty of cactus, and you can use it to get your green dyes and whatnot. Anyway, if you want to enclose this, it's very simple. You just enclose it. Anyway, let me build one on top of this. I'll show you guys a little bit of those mechanics, and then we'll finish it off. Alright guys, so here's how it looks stacked. I mean, I colored it up a little bit, but yeah, just stacked. All you do is, instead of putting hoppers, you just leave it blank, and then when they fall, they'll just be pushed down into those hoppers. So there's only 3 hoppers and 1 chest for this entire system. The rest is just easy to get materials, which is fantastic. Forgot how good bricks look, but they're such a pain to mine. Anyway, yeah, you can dress this up on the outside and stuff, of course. I think you can take away this layer if you want between each one, which is pretty cool. You can take away the corners going down. So yeah, it's an easy to dress up. It's easy to throw into a base, and it works really well, especially if you want to get it really tall, if you want a ton of cactus for whatever reason. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This was our redstone, quote-unquote, Wednesday, and this was a simple little cactus farm. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao!